Mrs. Hopkins because she took the time to get to know me as a person, or because she taught me something about integrity, or because she was the first adult to really trust me, or something like that, right? If you're like, no, I'm just really bad, I can take on division, then right on, that's important too. But I would say that most of you guys went right here, and this is kind of piggybacking onto Meredith's idea that like teachers are still really important. Like it's about, this is where the like committee in my head that called me a hippie is going bananas. But this is where it's about love. We're teaching love, and we're teaching authenticity, and we're teaching vulnerability, and we're teaching integrity, and we're teaching empathy, and we're teaching character and citizenship, and that's what teachers are doing. And I think that is above all what teachers are doing. I think when you ask a teacher what they teach, like every teacher teaches that. And so as we dream about the future of schools, I think that we can all agree that if there was something that I would take from our existing system, that's one of the things. That's one of the things I would put in my pocket and bring aboard our spaceship to the future for sure, is that love and that consistency and building trusting relationships with adults who aren't my parents. It's super important. The other thing that teachers do is they deliver our information for us in our current system. And so if we brainstormed about this, like, so we have the love part, but what about the delivery part? Like, does it have to be adults? Does it work better when it's adults? Could it be other students teaching students? Like, what if there was a school where every year's curriculum was to design the curriculum for the year behind you half-time and take the curriculum that the year ahead of you designed for you half-time? Like, what if teaching was the system that we were learning, and we identified in that what problems we needed to solve and what we needed to do to solve them? Like, what if that was school? What if, like Meredith was talking about, all ages went to school together? What if elementary schoolers taught teenagers certain things and teenagers taught elementary school students certain things? Like, what's going on with this age thing? Could we have other students and adults learning at the same time or delivering information at the same time? And what can we use technology for in terms of delivering information? And when can we pull in experts? And what is an expert in terms of our delivery information? And these are all fun things to brainstorm with our future of education. We also use the tool of curriculum. And the curriculum can be, like Meredith was talking about, an experiential curriculum. She talked about apprenticeship. Maybe the experience is like I just talked about. Maybe it's teaching. Maybe it's an exchange across city, across workplaces, across the different countries. If we're teaching our kids to be global citizens, what if they got to learn with people from other countries? What if that was part of it? What if they were wilderness expeditions like we talked about? What if a school was a cross-country bus trip for one of your grades? What if your whole curriculum was about you don't get to go up in the Maslow's hierarchy until everybody comes with you, and so the whole project was about addressing poverty and basic needs, unless we feel like that's done in our set population that we're working with. You know, it'll take a long time, but maybe that's a curriculum. So I want to get this conversation started, and I want to remind us that this conversation isn't about reform, and it's not about what's broken. And we could have a great conversation about that, and we could probably come up with some pretty cool solutions and ideas of how to work with and rearrange the current system, but that's not our intention tonight. So let's help each other in this conversation stay at the top of the mountain. So I want you guys, if you would, to stand up. And I want you to raise your right hand. Here we go. Here's our little, don't you love when people make you say oaths and don't tell you what they're going to do? I'll say it for you. Let's commit. There are many conversations that we could have tonight, and I'd like you to commit to being part of creating a safe space for victims. Recognizing this is just a brainstorm of a lot of smart, creative, experienced people, and it's a conversation about making the future of education inspiring. Commit to doing your best to keep this in mind and to help others feel safe, so that we can blow minds with our creativity. So here's how, you can sit down. So if you would, just during this conversation, help it from being mired in the like, yeah, but that's impossible. Kind of shut down that committee member. They're not up on top of the mountain with us tonight. So here's how this is going to go, just to kind of get your juices flowing if they're not yet. One question that makes me excited about thinking about education is if you ask yourself, so the average spending per year, I know we've been talking about K-12 education, but just think about your college education, whatever it was, and how much was spent a year. It varies widely, but on average in the US it's $45,000 a year. If somewhere where were to give you 45 grand and to be like, all right, Eric, here's the deal. I'm going to give you 45 grand. You don't need to like deal with your housing. You don't need to deal with your food. You don't have to, we're just going to put you up and feed you, take care of it. It's basically a residency where we give you $45,000 to plug into whatever you need to plug into, to learn whatever you need to learn in order to do whatever it is that you think is going to make you happy.
Is this true?
I got the checkbook over. So like, what would you do? Like, for me, it would look a lot different than taking like a seminar. Like, maybe that's, you learn well that way, but like, let's go big like that. Like, what can we do? What can we think of? So here's how this is going to work. There's papers on the walls, and here's how this format goes. We have some prompts. There's a bunch of blank papers. There's markers that smell wonderful that are on the windowsills. So your job is to take responsibility for your own experience here. So look around. If there's a paper that says something that you want to talk about, then go hang out by that paper. There's something else that you're like, no, I want to talk about trailer schools. Or like, I want to talk about whatever it is you want to talk about that has to do with this, that's up on the mountaintop with us. Then write it on a piece of paper. Go to a piece of paper that has something interesting to you. Nominate a facilitator. Have a conversation. Write down your notes. If you get bored with the conversation you're in, we're all going to just commit to not taking offense that somebody just walked away from the conversation you're having with them. You got to take responsibility. If you're bored, walk away, find something you want to talk about, or grab a new piece of paper and write something on it. All right? And we're going to do this for about 15 or 20 minutes, and then we'll have an opportunity for you to report out about it, and then we'll reshuffle, and then we're going to send around, we're going to attach little lists of, if you want to be part of a continued conversation about this, put your email here. If you want to facilitate it, put your email here. And if you want to, if you have or want to share resources about it, put your email here. So we're going to, this is just the beginning of what could be a really exciting conversation. We want to hear your ideas. So you'll see the papers around. Go ahead and find something interesting to talk about.